over from the University of Pittsburgh had a 10.38 ERA in his 12 appearances, made 3 starts during that season as well. 14 strikeouts to 21 walks.
The 2-0. Speaker misses that one, and it goes to 3-0 as it catches the home plate umpire in the chest. Let's take a look now how your Stallions stack up defensively, starting in the outfield. In left field, David Shackelford. Over there in center field, Garrison Berkeley. And out in right field, TJ Adams. Around the horn, starting at third base, Brandon Fish. Shortstop, Max Codier. At second base, Evan Goforth. First base, Garrett Michelle. Battery mates, Mason Speaker. And, of course, Tyler Kennedy. The 3-0. And that one's in there for a called strike, so Kennedy gets his first strike of his Stallions career. Kennedy out of the stretch with nobody on. 3-1. That one just misses for ball 4. So Boonville getting themselves a leadoff man via the walk on 5 pitches, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Dan Talkin.
Yeah, definitely not the start Kennedy had in mind, but your first time facing these live batters in kind of an actual game setting, so it's going to be quite an adjustment for the pit righty.
You said it, Logan. Going to be an adjustment, a little bit of rust to kick off from Kennedy. Here's the first pitch to Talkin, and that one is spiked in the dirt. Getting to second is Calamia on the wild pitch. So 1-0 to Talkin, and Boonville has themselves a runner in scoring position with nobody out here.
Yeah, definitely not a great start for Kennedy on that first pitch, wild pitch to the baseball club hitter, and now having a talk with his catcher and Mason Speaker, trying to get that location in the right spot.
A lot of velo out of Kennedy, so you really want to see a good performance, a good outing out of him, to get his feet wet and his legs under him here in the PGCBL season. 1-0 is ripped into right field. On is the right field, TJ Adams. He'll make a nice grab at the hip, charging really hard in that right field. Nicely done for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, we saw TJ Adams make a nice play overall in the outfield in the doubleheader a couple days ago, and now starting on the right foot in right field in this one. Nice catch by TJ.
Constantly just wowing us here in the press box defensively is TJ Adams. That brings up the catcher, Efrain Correa Jr., a 264 hitter. Another lefty for the Booneville Baseball Club. And the first pitch will hit him in the foot, and he will take the free pass to first base. So runners at first and second with 1 out. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Ryan Reifenberg. So Calamia on second. Reached there after a walk and advancing to second on a wild pitch. Talking the first out of the inning, the line drive to right field, and Correa on via the hit by pitch. So the cleanup hitter in Reifenberg steps into the box with 1 away. First pitch of the at-bat, missing just low for a ball, 1-0. Kennedy has his work cut out for him in the early going here with 2 runners on and only 1 away. Second pitch to Reifenberg. Took a little off that one, finding the strike zone there, evening it up at 1.
Yeah, and we heard from the Stallion coaches that when Kennedy is on point, his velocity, one of the faster ones in this Stallion pitching staff, and we're seeing it in bursts so far in this one, especially on that last pitch there.
1-1 to Reifenberg. Another off speed there, and that one just missing, trying to get Reifenberg chasing right there. 2-1 to the left fielder. Kennedy looking down at Speaker, gets his sign, comes set. 2-1. Fastball in on the hands for a ball. 3-1 now to Reifenberg at the Booneville left fielder. Kennedy comes set, infield playing double play depth. The 3-1 finds the strike zone for a called strike, bringing the count full here with one away.
And Kennedy liking that inside part of the zone so far in this game, and he's able to just get it on Reifenberg on that last pitch.
The payoff, and that one just misses for ball 4, so the bases are loaded here with one away, and time is called as the pitching coach, Rich Doobie, will head out to the mound and have a quick conversation with Kennedy.
Yeah, and I'm sure a big question coming to this game was going to be just how long Kennedy would be up for the Stallions, with this being his very first appearance and already showing some signs of struggling early on. See if Doobie can try and calm him down and prevent the Stallions from going down early.
Boonville, a struggling ball club, 10-16 on the year, 14 games back. In their most recent contest, they fell to Mohawk Valley on the road by a final score of 12-3. In their last 10, they're 4-6. So very much struggling are the Boonville baseballers.
Yeah, and they've shown that they can go on some good stretches during the course of the year. They were able to beat both Amsterdam and Albany back-to-back earlier on in the season, so they are capable of getting those big wins, as the Stallions have yet to get a win against those Mohawks.
Doobie heads back into the dugout. And the first pitch to the third baseman, Zach Crampton, is a called strike, 0-1. So bases loaded, one out. No hits so far for Boonville. Kennedy out of the stretch. Look like an off speed that just misses the outer part of the plate, evening the count here at 1. Crampton stepping in for the box. The 1-1. Another off speed. Not sure where it missed. Looked like it found every bit of that strike zone. But 2-1 as Kennedy falls behind in the count.
Yeah, I'm definitely in agreement with you there, Kyle. Those last two breaking pitches that Kennedy's thrown, just right outside of the zone according to the umpire.
2-1, tried to gas him up at the knees, and that one misses inside. 3-1 now to the third baseman, Crampton. Lots of words of encouragement from his Stallion teammates. Kennedy down 3-1, and that one misses upstairs for ball 4. So the first run of the game will come across home plate. Calamia steps on it. Bases still loaded here in the top of the first as Lane Gay, today's designated hitter for Boonville, will step in the box.
Yeah, and already 3 walks allowed by Kennedy, and also allowed that 1 runner in the hit by pitch. So Boonville able to get the early run.
First pitch to the left-hander, Gay, is a called strike, 0-1.
And Gay so far in the year hitting 200 with 1 RBI. Only 45 at-bats, so not a lot of mileage under his belt so far this year.
The 0-1. And that one missing outside, so the count is even here at 1-1 now. With still 1 away. Middle infield playing double play depth here. The corner infielders and Fish and Michelle playing back. 1-0 Boonville. 1-1. That one is swung on a miss. It pops out of the glove of Speaker, so a run will come across. That'll be Correa Jr. stepping on home plate on the pass ball. So 1-2 is the count. 2-0 Boonville.
Yeah, and it's hard to really fault Kennedy for that one. Was able to get the strike on it, just Speaker was unable to corral that one at the catcher spot, and it leads to another early run for Boonville.
Second and third are the runners in Reifenberg and Crampton. That one misses downstairs, so the count even at 2-2 now to the designated hitter. Kennedy's got a really good breaking ball, a lot of action to it. slows the speed really down and falls off the plate. The 2-2 looked at for called strike 3. So Tyler Kennedy able to get himself his first strikeout as a Stallion. Nicely done, 2 away.
Yeah, and that has to feel really good if you're Tyler Kennedy, able to get your first strikeout of the season, and first strikeout really in quite some time for him, probably back to his pit days later on in that collegiate season. So second out here in this top of the first.
That brings up the extra hitter, Bryce Collis. First pitch to Collis is upstairs at the eyes, 1-0. Crampton getting his lead off second, Reifenberg off third, both reaching via the walk. 2 away in the inning. 2 runs already across as that one goes behind Collis and it nips him in the shoulder blade, it looks like. So the bases will be loaded on the hit by pitch.
Yeah, and that one was a close call, but it did definitely graze him there. Now Colin Martin going to come out and talk with Tyler Kennedy. There has been action in the Stallion bullpen, so it looks like Kennedy could be done.
Yeah, with the head coach, Colin Martin, coming out to the mound, he points to the bullpen, and we will get a pitching change. So Kennedy's first start as a Stallion is over after just 2/3 of an inning. Don't go anywhere. We'll find out who's taking over for Kennedy right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball. That call to the bullpen is brought to you by Dallas Hot Wieners, bringing the hot sauce out of the pen all season long. Taking over on the mound is the 6'6" left-hander Jack Walker out of Indiana.
And Jack Walker going to be making his 5th appearance so far on the year. He started the past couple games. He does have 3 starts on the year. His last game being on July 2nd against the Outlaws. 3 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 2 runs, 2 hits, 5 walks, but struck out 8 batters and got the win in that one. It was his first win on the year, Kyle.
A 1-1 record, 7.94 ERA. We have seen that climb up and down in the year. Started off at 4.5, climbed all the way up to 8.64 at one point, and now back to 7.94 in 11 1/3 innings pitched. He does have 15 strikeouts to his name, so the left-hander has been working on a lot of things in the bullpen. We've seen it. We've seen him progress a lot in this month or so since he's joined the club, and he's going to have his work cut out for him with the bases loaded, 2 away, 2 runs already across in the inning, all reaching via walks and hit by pitches. And that brings up the right fielder, Jacob Bonzen. Derek Yingling, the second baseman, stepping in.
Yeah, Bonzen's on deck.
Bonzen is, in fact, on deck. The first pitch to Yingling is a called strike, 0-1. And a reminder, the Stallions are sponsored by Stella Artois. Grab an ice cold Stella at the Stallions watering trough. So Yingling down 0-2. No one at Cantine downing any Yinglings. We're a Stella family.
That was good.
I try my best. The 0-2 to Yingling. Curveball, 12-6 hammer missing just outside the strike zone. So we'll try it again, 1-2.
Yeah, the Stallions are going from Kennedy, who has had some control issues so far, to Walker, who's kind of shown those signs since he first came up, but he's gotten a lot better with that. So we'll see how he kind of handles things.
Swung on and missed. Down goes Yingling as the Stallions are able to get out of that one. Walker picking up Kennedy right there on 4 pitches. 2 runs, no hits, no errors, 3 left on. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball from the Ulster Savings broadcast booth right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball, brought to you all season long by Bob Gehring Septic. Honest, dependable, reliable. If you need it pumped out, call Bob. And by Diamond Mills, world-class amenities and refined luxury. Let's take a look now at how your Stallions stack up on the lineup sheet. Leading off is the left-handed hitting Max Codier, batting second, Evan Goforth, third, Brandon Fish. In the cleanup role tonight, Garrison Berkeley. Batting fifth, your first baseman, Garrett Michelle. Batting sixth, designated hitting, is Jake Scrine. Batting seventh, David Shackelford. Eighth, the extra hitter, Brett Heckert. Ninth, TJ Adams. And behind the plate and rounding out the lineup will be Mason Speaker out of TCU. And on the mound for the Booneville Baseball Club is Ryan McWilliams, a left-handed pitcher out of the University of Charleston.
Yeah, McWilliams hasn't seen too many reps so far to open up this season. Has an ERA of 30.16 in just 5 2/3 innings, only 1 strikeout during that span. So we'll see if the Stallions can work up his pitch count early and really work these counts against McWilliams. And some of the Stallions in this lineup really good at working those counts, especially that leadoff man, Kyle.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of success from that leadoff position, with Jelani Rogers usually taking that role. He's got the first game off at least today. And newcomer from Virginia, Max Codier, the middle infielder, taking over that leadoff duty, at least in this first contest against the baseball club.
And Codier got his first day off yesterday against the Mohawks, but in every other game he's played, he has been at that leadoff spot, kind of moving around that middle infield, and he has a hit in 3 out of his 4 games played.
Lefty on lefty, the first pitch is swung on and fouled straight into the catcher's mitt. 0-1 is Codier.
And Codier coming over from Virginia University, probably one of the more experienced players on this Stallions team, getting College World Series experience, getting a lot of collegiate experience.
0-1's a breaking ball that finds a strike zone, so McWilliams feeling himself here way ahead in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, and Codier shaking his head at that umpire. That ball looked way outside, and Stallion just didn't get the call.
Kennedy not getting that call at all of the first inning. The 0-2. That one missing well outside for a ball, 1-2. $16 walks to his credit so far in the year is McWilliams, and an opponent batting average of .393 on the year. And that the 1-2 is ripped up the middle for a base hit, catching a little bit of the glove of McWilliams, but not enough, as the Stallions get themselves a leadoff base runner via the hit. And that'll bring up Evan Goforth.
Yeah, and Codier couldn't have hit that one in a better spot, right down the middle of the infield. And one batter, one hit for the Stallions. And despite the score you're seeing, Kyle, first hit for either team.
First hit indeed. Lots of walks, couple hit by pitches in that top of the first frame. Stallions looking to jump on Boonville with the bats. Lefty-righty matchup. McWilliams getting a sign from Correa. First pitch to go forth is going to go all the way to the backstop, and Codier will coast into second base on the wild pitch. So no outs. Stallions have themselves a runner in scoring position.
I thought the hit go forth, to be completely honest. I thought they may have gotten him on the foot. Nonetheless, it'll be called the ball and go forth ahead in the count early on.
The 1-0. Fastball in the outer half misses low for ball 2, so go forth in a hitter's count here with nobody out. McWilliams checking Codier at second. The 2-0 is ripped into center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home is Codier. The center fielder slips. Goforth will head into second. He'll be tagged out, but not before the Stallions able to get one across on the RBI single from Goforth. So 2-1 Booneville.
Yeah, that was a nice hit from Goforth right in the middle of the infield, but a bad base running miscue from Evan is going to cost the Stallions, as they had back-to-back hits, had the early momentum, but still no one on for the Stallions' best hitter, and Adam Cray gave Goforth a long look back.
Brandon Fish stepping in now, the third baseman out of UMass Lowell. Lefty-lefty matchup as he swings and fouls that one straight into the netting here at Cantine. 0-1 with one away.
Yeah, we saw a similar base running miscue with Goforth back on 4th of July, where he got called out on a play at third base and then was taken out of the rest of the game for it. And we hadn't seen him after that game until yesterday against the Mohawks.
0-1 downstairs for a ball, 1-1. And actually, we talking to the coaches, we all assumed it was due to the base running cue, but it turns out that he was experiencing a little bit of knee soreness after rounding that third base bag. So 1-1 fouled straight back, making it a 1-2 count with one away. You said it, just a little bit too aggressive was Goforth there, running himself into an out. Unfortunate break. Stallions getting something going here, but still one away and plenty of time to make up that second run. The 1-2 to Fish. And that one is bounced over to the second baseman, and the throw on to first is in time, so 2 away here. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Garrison Berkeley.
Yeah, and Fish had a rough day at the plate yesterday in Amsterdam. Had 2 strikeouts and 4 at-bats, and so far on his first at-bat, not really, or kind of picking up right where he left off, as Garrison Berkeley now hitting with no one on and 2 outs.
Berkeley, we can't stress enough just how good he has been as of late. 3 for 3 in his last game with a run, an RBI, and a stolen base. That 6 RBI night against Albany. Just fantastic from tonight's center fielder. The first pitch to him, 1-0 with 2 away.
And could be getting some perfect game collegiate baseball player of the week consideration. Stallions have not had one on either the hitter side or pitcher side so far this year, and we'll see. Berkeley could be on the track for it.
The 1-0 is a fastball that's spiked way short of home plate, so the count now 2-0 to Berkeley.
And the reason why I bring this up is the hitter that got the player of the week last week finished with around a 400 average, 6 RBIs, which Berkeley got 6 RBIs in that 4th of July game alone.
Yeah, not sure where the miss was on the player of the week. Should have been our guy Burke. The 2-0 is spiked again, so 3-0 now to the Stallion cleanup hitter.
Well, that 4th of July game was early this week, so that was already decided.
Very true. 2 outs, 3-0 to Berkeley, and that's a fastball that just catches the bottom part of the strike zone, 3-1.
And Berkeley had off in yesterday's game against the Mohawks, so well rested heading into this game. Was 3 for 3 in game 2 against Utica the last time he played.
Berkeley will call time. Step back in as a right-hander gets loose in the Booneville bullpen. The 3-1 to Berkeley. Another fastball, another miss low. So the Stallions get themselves a runner on with 2 away. Stepping in now is Garrett Michelle, the left-handed hitting, right-handed throwing first baseman committed to Virginia Tech, where he will begin his collegiate athletic career in the fall. Michelle, the 270 hitter. First pitch from McWilliams is bounced hard in the dirt. Berkeley getting a great read on that one, and he will get in there with a stolen base. Heads up base running there from Garrison.
Yeah, Berkeley read that one all the way. That ball didn't really bounce too far away from Correa Jr., the catcher, but when you have a jump as great as that one, it's really going to be hard to throw anyone out there. And now Berkeley in scoring position for Garrett.
Absolutely, that'll go down as the first Benson steal of the doubleheaders. The 1-0 to Michelle. That one is bounced, and the wild pitch gets up into the rafters basically here at Cantine, rolling back down to the catcher Correa. And the Stallions get themselves a runner on third base, just 90 feet away from tying this one up. Michelle ahead in the count, 2-0 now.
And now you start to see the importance of Goforth getting thrown out on that single, as he probably would have scored on either of those wild pitches, probably that one that just happened right there. And instead of a 2-1 deficit, we'd be looking at a tie ball game. And with it being only a 7-inning game, every run is important.
Absolutely. The 2-0 is taken for a called strike, a fastball down at the knees.
Yeah, Michelle, another guy who had a great doubleheader, had 3 hits in the 2 games, but went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts from the cleanup spot yesterday in Amsterdam.
Struggling as of late is Michelle. Does have 20 hits on the year and a home run. And the 2-1 checks his swing and goes around, so the count even at 2-2 now, as Michelle is going to have to battle here with 2 strikes. McWilliams doing a nice job on back-to-back pitches, getting Michelle looking and chasing. Berkeley gets his lead off third. 2 away, the 2-2. Now I'm missing well outside, so the count full now to the Stallion first baseman, Michelle. 1 run already across here in this one, courtesy of the RBI single from Evan Goforth. Game started off for the Stallions with back-to-back singles from Codier and Goforth. 3-2 to Michelle. That one bounces hard in the dirt. So McWilliams spiking another fastball. That'll put runners at the corners. 2 away, stepping in, Jake Scrine, the designated hitter.
Yeah, that's a great at-bat from Michelle, able to battle after working the count full. And the Booneville pitching coach now coming on, and we could see the second Dallas Hot Wieners call to the bullpen in the first inning alone. Potentially.
It looks to me like it's just going to be a nice long conversation. Could go either way, of course.
Yes.
It looks like Booneville only travels with the 1 coach, so he's playing pitching coach, head coach, first and third base, as well as bench coach for the Booneville Baseball Club.
And the action in the Booneville bullpen is stopped, and the guy who was warming up, the righty that was warming up, is now sitting down. So either he's ready to come in or he's going to stay on that bench and let McWilliams kind of ride this one out.
Who knows? We'll have to wait and see as the Booneville party on the mound will cease here. Everyone heading back to their respective positions. No changes made so far, as McWilliams and Correa having a little bit longer of a chat before heading their separate ways. First and third, Garrison Berkeley on third. He reached via the walk, a stolen base, and a wild pitch, getting him all the way to third base. And Garrett Michelle, the full count walk, putting him at first with 2 away. Jake Scrine awaits the first pitch of his first AB tonight. That looked like an off-speed pitch in the dirt for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, and Scrine had a 5-game hit streak come to an end yesterday in Amsterdam. He had 1 hit in the Game 1 of the doubleheader against Utica. Game 2, he was sitting out like Brandon Fish was during that 11-1 route.
That pitch is ripped over to the third baseman. Kicking it away is Crampton. So the Stallions able to knot this one back up at 2. Nice piece of hitting right there from Jake Skrine. And that moves Michelle up 90 feet as well to second base. And we are all tied up here at Cantine.
And great work from the Stallions to be able to battle back in this bottom of the first inning, get those 2 runs right back. And we'll see if that's ruled a hit or an error on that one. And it will be a hit for Jake Skrine.
Nicely done. Tough play up the line for Crampton to make, ranging far to that line. Step in now, the left fielder David Shackelford, who looks at the first pitch of the at-bat, a called strike 0-1. New ball game here at Cantine as the Stallions are able to knot this one up at 2. Garrett Michelle leading off second base now with Jake Skrine on first on that RBI single a moment ago. Down 0-2 in the count as Shackelford looks at the second pitch of the at-bat for a called strike. McWilliams getting a sign from Correa out of the stretch. Checks the runner Michelle twice. The 0-2 is a breaking ball that's bounced in the dirt. 1-2. Not a very competitive 0-2 right there.
Not at all. We've seen McWilliams kind of throw a lot of these pitches low in the dirt, whereas Kennedy was kind of just missing the zone, not by too much. McWilliams, it's not that close.
Couldn't agree more, as each one of these off-speed pitches that are supposed to be buried are bouncing in front of home plate from McWilliams. The 1-2, and that one catches the outside corner for a called strike 3. But not before the Stallions are able to put 3 hits on the board and 2 runs to tie this one back up at 2. We head into the top of the second inning from Cantine. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth, brought to you in part by Jolly Cow in Lake Katrine, because everybody loves ice cream, and by J. Mullen and Sons Construction, Hudson Valley's trusted contractor for over 25 years. 2-2 is your score as we move into the top of the second inning. Jack Walker on the mound for his first full inning of relief work. First pitch to Jake Bonzen is taken for a called strike 0-1. Missing low, evening the count at 1.
Yeah, and in that first inning, Jack Walker came into a really tough situation with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and Walker wasted no time getting that 4-pitch strikeout. Now we'll see how he can kind of bounce back here.
That one is ripped up the first baseline for a base hit past the diving glove of Michelle. So the first hit of the evening for Boonville in Bonzen as he stays at first base. And that brings up the bottom of the order, the shortstop, Brady Karp.
It doesn't seem like the first hit for Boonville, but it is. And that was a nice stop, or cutoff at least, in right field by TJ Adams. That could have easily gone for extra bases, but Bonzen kind of forced to hold up.
Absolutely. First pitch showing bunt is Karp. He'll pull it back as Walker misses upstairs 1-0. Karp, a 171 hitter on the year in 35 at-bats. The 1-0 showing bunt again, and that one is fouled straight into the glove of Speaker, and he'll fall into the dirt 1-1.
Yeah, and by the time that bunt came from Karp, Bonzen was basically at first base, kind of retreating back in a way.
Seems like Walker has a good leg kick that fools runners. Fish playing on the grass, showing bunt is Karp. Charging in is Fish. So 2-1 as Walker misses upstairs again. It appears that Karp might be bunting the whole way here with nobody out. 2-1 showing bunt again is Karp. He puts it down. Third baseman Fish crashing, and he misses it on the bare hand. Great bunt from Karp there. Unfortunate for the Stallions, as the sack bunt is able to give the runner 90 feet and first and second. And that brings up the top of the order in Giovanni Calamia.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful bunt by Karp over to that third base side, and Fish trying to rush in on it as quick as he could, just forgot the ball at the end. And now 2 runners on, and Jack Walker in his second consecutive jam.
Very do or die indeed from Fish, as he had to try and barehand that one. Well-placed sack bunt from Karp. So first and second, nobody out. And the first pitch to Calamia will hit him on the elbow, and he'll go down as he doesn't have any sort of elbow guard that you typically see from these guys. Bases loaded, nobody out, and the trainer will come out and have a quick chat with Calamia.
Yeah, and the trainer is coming on as Calamia didn't really get too far along that first base line. It was a tough hit for him to take, and it will load up the bases for the baseball club.
Very tough, as there is a lot of velo out of that 6'6" frame from Jack Walker, so that could not have felt good. Dan Talkin, the first baseman, is due up next, another left-handed hitter.
And Calamia kind of standing, he is standing up right now, just having a conversation with the Stallion trainer as well as his own coach. But it does look like he will stay in and go on to that first base bag.
And the faithful crowd here at Canton, Stallion faithful, giving a round of applause to Calamia as he's able to stay in this one. And that brings up the first baseman in Talkin. Currently 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. That nice grab by TJ Adams, if you remember it. First pitch is bounced in the dirt. Nice stop there from Speaker to leave everybody on the bases exactly where they started that pitch.
And that ball hit from Talkin was the only ball hit in play against Tyler Kennedy during his short start for the Stallions.
Bases loaded, nobody out. The 1-0 is ripped down the left field line, going foul, and it will land foul. So a long strike one to even the count with nobody out.
And that ball just kept hooking further and further left away from Shackelford, and Talkin going to stay alive in this at-bat.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Talkin ready in the batter's box. Speaker setting up. Out of the stretch is Walker, the 1-1. That one is ripped over to the first base side and gets past Michelle. 1 run comes across. Here comes the second, and the throw will go to second. So a 2 RBI single with the bases loaded, giving Booneville those 2 runs right back with nobody out.
And that's the second time in this inning that a ball has gotten past that first base side of Garrett Michelle just went under his glove, and that leads to 2 more runs for Booneville, and they once again go up by 2.
That'll bring up the catcher, Efrain Correa. Correa, one of the 2 runs to come across last inning. He was put on via the hit by pitch. First time facing Walker, and he fouls the first pitch he sees up and out of play, 0-1.
And Correa, one of the better hitters on this Booneville team, hitting .264 with a home run and 8 RBIs in just 53 at-bats.
The 0-1. That one missing downstairs to even the count here at 1. Dan talking over there at first. Giovanni Calamia, the center fielder, leads off third base, the 1-1. And that misses upstairs at the eyes for a ball, 2-1. Two hits in this half inning already, 2 runs across as well. The 2-1. That one is popped straight up into shallow center field. Calling off Goforth is Berkeley, and faking the tag from third base is Calamia. Berkeley able to deliver an absolute strike to home plate, and the runners will hold up where they are now, 2 away in the inning. That brings up the left fielder, Ryan Reifenberg.
Yeah, definitely good that Calamia was able to hold up at third, as we haven't seen it too much so far this year, Kyle, but Berkeley does have a cannon in the outfield playing center today, and it would have been an easy out.
First offering to Reifenberg is a fastball, called strike at the letters, 0-1.
And Reifenberg reached on a walk. His last time up was stranded on at third by Jack Walker.
Second pitch of the at-bat is grounded to Goforth, 4-6. Safe at first, says the umpire in the field. So another run in Calamia will come across for Booneville, make it 5-2 baseball club, as Reifenberg is able to leg out the fielder's choice, giving his team another run. Step in third baseman Zach Crampton.
Yeah, that was always going to be a tough turn by the Stallions, as it was handled nicely by Goforth, but Reifenberg is a fast guy over on that first base bag, and he was going to be a tough out to get, despite a really good throw from Codier.
First pitch to Crampton misses high for a ball, 1-0. And you said he didn't hit it too hard either. Enough speed, he'll typically beat that one out. Tough break for the Stallions, but 2 away here. And that one missing upstairs again for a ball, 2-0 to the left fielder. Zach Crampton awaiting on deck. The 2-0 to Reifenberg. Whew, not sure where, but it misses outside for a ball, 3-0. The 3-0 took a little bit off it. Taking all the way was Reifenberg, and that's a called strike, 3-1.
Walker's pitch count already in the mid-20 range, with this being his first full inning, and his ball strike count pretty much the same.
And ball 4, as if I've been saying Reifenberg that whole time, that was Zach Crampton right there. I apologize. Crampton taking the ball 4 up to first base, and that'll bring up Lane Gay, the designated hitter. So Reifenberg reaching on the fielder's choice, Zach Crampton on first base via the walk. First pitch called strike, 0-1.
Yeah, beautiful breaking ball right there from Jack Walker to open up the count, and we saw it in Oneonta. He was really efficient on those breaking pitches.
Checks his swing, held up and downstairs for a ball, 1-1. Gay, a strikeout victim, looking his first at-bat. The 1-1 catches the outside corner for a called strike, 1-2. Gay quickly finding himself in a hole. Just one pitch away from getting out of this one is Walker. The 1-2. Breaking ball, that one missing inside, evening the count at 2. Reifenberg on second, Crampton on first. Gay facing a 2-2 pitch from Jack Walker. Walker gets his sign out of the stretch, and Gay pops that one straight up and out of play. So we'll try it again, 2-2.
Yeah, that one ended up back on the third base side over by the Booneville coach. That one traveled a far distance, but Walker just one strike away from getting the Stallions out of the second.
5-2 is your score, as Boonville is able to put up 2 in the first and 3 in this top of the second frame. The 2-2. That one called strike 3 on the outer part of the plate. So Gay will have to walk back in the dugout with 2 at-bats of looking strikeouts, but not before Boonville is able to take a 5-2 lead, 3 runs coming across in this half inning. Don't go anywhere. 8, 9, 10 due up for your Stallions from the Ulster Savings broadcast booth, and we'll be right back after this. And welcome back to Stallion Baseball from Cantine Field, where your reigning champion Saugerties Stallions are trailing to the Booneville Baseball Club 5-2. Stallion Baseball all PGCBL summer long, brought to you by Senator Michelle Hinchy. She represents you. And by the Main Street Restaurant, voted the best Mexican restaurant in the Hudson Valley. We are now through 1.5 innings here in Saugerties. Ryan McWilliams out on the mound for Booneville in his second inning of pitch. Step in the extra hitter, Brett Heckert, for your Stallions.
Yeah, McWilliams struggled a mighty bit during the first inning he pitched, allowed 3 hits and 2 walks, but was still able only to give up 2 runs due to some clutch pitching late in that inning and some base running miscues by the Stallions.
Getting Shackelford down, looking in that at-bat, the last at-bat of the first was a big out as the first pitch is spiked and goes all the way to the backstop, 1-0. McWilliams having a bit of command issues in the early going.
Yeah, a lot of his pitches have kind of been spiked and have gotten behind the backstop like that last one.
2 walks and 3 hits in that first inning for your Stallions as Heckert looks at another pitch that misses, 2-0. The 2-0 misses up and outside, 3-0 to the extra hitter.
And Heckert had that Amsterdam game off. He got 1 hit in game 2 of the doubleheader against Utica his last time up with 2 RBIs.
The 3-0 is a called strike, 3-1, as McWilliams took a few MPHs off that one just to find the strike zone. So 3-1 to Heckert. Right back to the dirt is McWilliams, and Heckert will trot the 90 feet up to first base. Step in now, TJ Adams, the right fielder, for his first plate appearance of the night.
Yeah, the Stallions been seeing the ball really well so far in the early going, and we'll see if TJ Adams can kind of keep that momentum up for your Saugerties Stallions. He's had the past 2 games off. His last start, game 1 in the Utica doubleheader, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
First offering to Adams, misses low. McWilliams continues to miss low with those fastballs, and his catcher Correa will come out and have a quick chat with him. No action in that Booneville bullpen as of yet, and nothing doing in the Stallion bullpen as well. So dormancy from the rest of the pitching staff for both clubs here.
This is a big opportunity for TJ Adams. He doesn't have a hit in his last 3 games, 0 for 2 in all of those games, a combined 5 strikeouts as well. So with a struggling McWilliams still trying to find that strike zone, Adams has a big chance to get back in the hit column, maybe do some real damage.
Absolutely. McWilliams gets his sign from Correa, the 1-0, and that one missing outside again for a ball 2-0. McWilliams still struggling with that fastball control.
Adams does also have 4 walks in that 3-game span, so he has been getting on base.
407 OBP on the year with a 200 batting average. The 2-0 and the strike zone widens up a little bit here as that one is called a strike. 2-1.
I'm shaking my head up here, Kyle. That one was well low and outside.
Mason Speaker, the Stallion catcher, awaits on deck. 2-1. Now one way outside into the left-handed batter's box as Correa has to corral that one back. 3-1. McWilliams comes set the 3-1 to Adams. And that one skips past Correa and it'll go to the backstop, trickling over to the Stallion dugout, and Correa has to slide on a knee to corral it back. So Stallions get themselves 2 base runners via 2 walks. Stepping in the 10-hitter to round out your Stallion lineup is the catcher in Mason Speaker out of TCU.
And in case you're wondering at home, 4 walks already for the Stallions and 4 walks for the baseball club, so 8 total, and we're not even through inning number 2.
And anytime there's a hit by pitch here during the PGCBL, will be brought to you by Dalvecchia and Kraft, the injury lawyers. If you've been hit, call Dalvecchia and Kraft. First pitch to Speaker, misses outside, 1-0. Heckert on second, Adams on first. Speaker up to the dish for his first appearance of the night. McWilliams comes set, the 1-0. Fastball missing downstairs again, 2-0.
Yeah, Kyle, and in Speaker's last appearance, game 1 against Utica, 1 for 3 with a strikeout. And if you remember, that strikeout ended game 1, and he came inches away from being a hero.
The 2-0. That one missing again, 3-0. And that memory that you just mentioned is going to be engraved in my brain for quite some time, as Stallions were, as you said, inches away from celebrations, unfortunately, having to go with the 1-1 tie. So 3-0. McWilliams taking a few off that one, finding the strike zone, 3-1. Got to wonder if Speaker's even going to take his bat off his shoulder here. Still nobody out in the inning. The 3-1 to Speaker. And that's a fastball that misses downstairs. So McWilliams walks the bases loaded here. Stepping in the top of the order now, making his second appearance at the dish, Max Codier.
Kyle, I think there's been 3 at-bats so far, not one swing in any of those at-bats. I think there have maybe been 2 strikes across those 3 at-bats, and they were both looking.
Absolutely. Both of those strikes were 3-0 strikes, as you said, Logan, excuse me.
John's over there doing PA. I don't know who you're talking to.
He's on PA, so I just hear his voice, and that's all I can think of right now. Rattles your brainstem a little bit. McWilliams electing to go out the windup. The first pitch to Codier is a called strike at the knees, 0-1. So the first time this half inning that McWilliams starts a batter off with a strike.
What an achievement. Great job from Ryan to get back in the zone.
Second pitch of the at-bat is flown into left field, flaring towards the corner, and under it is the left fielder, Reifenberg, and the throw will be cut off at third base by Crampton. Stallions able to tag up, and Hecker coming around to score on the sac fly. Stallions able to get their third run of the inning. Third run of the game.
Yeah,
One out, runners at first and second, and that'll bring up Evan Goforth.
Yeah, great at bat there by Cody A. Was able to provide the Stallions with a run. Wasn't able to move anyone else, but he was able to get that first run in this second inning for your Stallions, like you struggle to mention, and cut into that Booneville lead.
Goforth 1 for 1 with an RBI single. Cut down, trying to stretch it into a double. As a first pitch to him, time is called. McWilliams spikes the fastball, and on the bounce, catching Goforth. And now the bases are loaded here again with just one away.
Yeah, base is going to be loaded again, and probably now the best spot for the bases to be loaded in is Brandon Fish coming up for the Stallions.
Fish, the left-handed hitting third baseman at UMass Lowell, making his second appearance at the plate. McWilliams, the lefty on the mound, finds the strike zone again, 0-1. Fish, a ground-out victim his last time. Great stop there from Correa as McWilliams spikes another fastball in the dirt. Correa able to corral that one and preserve this 5-3 lead, keeping TJ Adams over there at third base. So Adams at third, Speaker at second, Goforth on first. 1-1, 1 out. Ground ball to the second baseman. That's 4-6, and no throw from the shortstop Karp as the Stallions are able to get themselves another run this half of the inning, bringing it now 5-4 with 2 away, runners at the corners.
Yeah, and Fish's hustle just kept this inning alive for your Saugerties Stallions, and he was in a very similar situation yesterday, had the bases loaded and grounded into a very similar double play that was actually turned. So Fish kind of maybe has that in the back of his mind, and he was sprinting out of that batter's box and able to get that RBI, get the run, and keep the inning alive for Garrison Berkeley, another hot hitter.
That does bring up to the dish the cleanup hitter in Berkeley. 1-0 as McWilliams struggles still continue on the bump, and Goforth out at second base twice now today. 1 on a fielder's choice and 1 on the putout from the outfield. 2 away, runners at the corners. 5-4 is your score. The 1-0 to Berkeley is blooped over the first base bag, and that will bounce fair as 1 run comes across, and Speaker Fish rounds second, and he will hold up at third base. Berkeley legging out a bloop double. Fantastic piece of hitting right there. Great placement and great base running from Garrison Berkeley to bring this one all square again. 5-5 is your score. Stepping in now, Garrett Michelle.
Yeah, Kyle, I don't think I could have described that better myself. Berkeley putting that in the perfect spot right behind that first base bag and able to provide a double out of that one. Probably the softest hit double you will ever see.
Among the softest. 2 away, second and third. First pitch to Michelle is bounced in the dirt. 1-0. 3 runs already across in this half inning. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Michelle trying to put that one through the Benson Steel sign in right field. So 1-1 to the Stallion first baseman. Out of the windup is McWilliams. Off speed, finds the strike zone. So down in the count, 1-2 is Michelle.
So why specifically that Benson Steel sign? Why not the Michelle Hinchy sign, the Ulster Savings sign that are next to it?
Any of our fantastic sponsors could get hit by a ball. That'd be nice. And McWilliams bounces that one in the dirt. So 2-2 now. Correa a lot of work back there early in this one, blocking a lot of baseballs, a lot of fastballs as well as McWilliams struggles with it. 55 pitches already thrown for Ryan McWilliams. The 2-2. Now is a dribbler up the first baseline. First base coach Alon Tresquita showing that he's still got that pro baseball form, the former first baseman. Nicely done, Mr. Tresquita.
Yeah, he handled that one all the way. He was able to bend his knees down, pick up the ball with 2 hands. That's fundamental baseball right there.
At his age, I'm shocked that those knees can hold up. The 2-2 is a breaking ball that misses upstairs, never broke. Full count now, 3-2 to the lefty, Michelle.
You know, we talk about John Drager lifting. Tresquita is always leading those open gyms for these Stallions pretty much every day.
Tresquita over there at the facility. The 3-2 missing downstairs, so the bases are loaded again here in Saugerties. Stepping in now for his second appearance at the dish, designated hitter Jake Scrine.
And Scrine with another opportunity to make some noise. With this at-bat, he hit with runners on his last at-bat and was able to rope a single to bring across some runs. And now, just 1 inning later, going to be coming up, but not before a mound visit. And there hasn't been any warming up for Booneville ever since that brief action back in the first.
You said it, Logan. Scrine's base hit in the first inning was able to bring Berkeley around to score. So Berkeley having himself a nice day already. 1 for 1 with a 2 RBI double, a stolen base, and a run scored. Got to keep an eye out for him as Garrison Berkeley continues to be one of the Stallions' hottest baseball players offensively.
Did I hear back-to-back-to-back player of the games potentially?
Something that has never been done here from the Ulster Savings broadcast booth is a back-to-back-to-back. So we'll have to wait and see. Would love to see him continue to rake as we are just 1 2/3 through this 7-inning Game 1 doubleheader.
And I think only 2 people have the title twice in Berkeley and Evan Goforth.
First pitch to Goforth from McWilliams out of the windup is a called strike, 0-1. That fastball catching the outer part of the plate, about shin height to Scrine. Infield playing regular depth here for Booneville. The 0-1 is bouncing the dirt, even the count here at 1. We await McWilliams' 61st pitch of the outing. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 1-1 to Scrine. Breaking pitch that bounces in front of home plate, hitting the catcher's mask of Correa. Bring the count out 2-1. Scrine barely moving his hands, but the home plate umpire asking for an appeal. No go, says the infield umpire.
Yeah, it was a good check from Scrine. Didn't really get too far into his swing. Was able to pull back right in time.
Shackelford awaiting on deck. The 2-1 to Scrine, and that one is blown way up and past Correa at the dish, hitting the backstop and rolling right back to his ankles. The entire Stallion dugout screaming at Fish to not go as that one rolled right back to the catcher's feet.
Could have been more of a trick pitch. Maybe he was trying to aim for the back of the wall on the ricochet to maybe force Fish to try and break for home.
Giving a lot of credit to McWilliams, who's been struggling with command. The 3-1, and that one missing low, ball 4, so the Stallions get themselves their first lead of this one, 6-5, as the Booneville head coach will sprint out of the dugout, and it looks like that will be all she wrote for McWilliams. This is a Dallas Hot Wieners call to the bullpen. Who's replacing McWilliams? You'll find out right after this. Don't go anywhere. More baseball coming up. after just 1 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, and 7 walks and 1 strikeout. Stand in now, Philip Giacomellos, the right-handed pitcher for Boonville.
Yeah, and it was a rough start for Ryan McWilliams, and it ended on back-to-back walks. He allowed 5 walks in the second inning alone and stranded the bases loaded. So going to be a rough situation for Giacomellos to come into for the baseball club.
Giacomellos inheriting bases loaded, currently sitting on the year 0-1 in 4 appearances. 1 start, 12.10 ERA, 9 2/3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 14 walks, and 13 hits. Opponent on base percentage of .552, batting average 342. That brings up David Shackelford, the 10th hitter for the Stallions in this half inning. The 2-out first offering to Shackelford misses downstairs for a ball, 1-0.
And Shackelford came up in a big spot back in the first inning, but struck out looking against McWilliams to end that inning. The only strikeout victim for Ryan on the day.
The 1-0 misses up top, 2-0 now. Excuse me, that was actually a called strike, evening the count here at 1. Not much of a reaction from the home plate umpire. Couldn't see his hand move. The 1-1, swinging and popping it up and out of play is Shackelford, so he finds himself down the count 1-2. Giacomellos, a very long delivery, leans back way far there, try and get himself as much as he can. Taller pitcher, probably about 6'5", 6'4" even, right-handed pitcher. The 1-2 is popped straight up. The first baseman is under it, and he will make the play. That's Talkin retiring the side. But not before your Stallions get themselves back on top. 6-5, 4 runs across. Don't go anywhere. The top of the third right after this. And welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth, where your reigning champions Saugerties Stallions are on top 6-5 over the Booneville Baseball Club, courtesy of a 4-run second inning. And all those runs are brought to you by Hell's Mortal Realty and Insurance, sponsor of the insurance run. Leading off for Booneville is the extra hitter, Bryce Collis, as Jack Walker heads back out to the mound for his 3rd inning of relief work. Already thrown 1 1/3 so far, taking over for Tyler Kennedy, who wasn't able to get out of that first inning after 2 outs. So 2-0, Collis is way ahead in the count.
Yeah, it might have been planned for Kennedy not to go too far into this game, and we'll see now just kind of what that first appearance will do for him moving forward as Jack Walker hits him at.
Walker spiking the fastball. Walker spikes the fastball there, putting Collis on first base. And that'll bring up Derek Yingling, the second baseman. Showing bunt is Yingling. Popping up and out of the glove of Speaker is the pitch, as Yingling is able to pull that one straight back.
Yeah, and Yingling struck out swinging against Jack Walker his last time up back in the first to end that inning. And that's been Walker's one of two of his strikeout victims so far.
Walker comes set. Yingling showing bunt again. 2-0 as that one misses upstairs. And just as a reminder, Cantine Field sponsored by Stella Artois. Grab an ice-cold Stella from the Stallions watering trough. We don't drink Yingling. Showing bunt is Yingling and putting it down over the first baseman, Michelle. And no toss as Michelle is unable to handle it. So that puts runners at first and second now with nobody out, bringing in Jacob Bonzen, the right fielder.
Yeah, that's been the second time so far today the Stallions have failed to convert on a bunt attempt from Booneville, as the first one, Fish just was unable to hold on to it, and this time Michelle didn't really have anyone to throw it over to, so back-to-back runners going to reach for the baseball club.
First and second, nobody out. Middle infielders shading towards the second base bag in double play depth. As the first pitch to Bonzen is a called strike at the letters. First pitch fastball, 0-1 from Walker.
And Bonzen singled his last time up back in the first, kind of led off that inning in the second.
The 0-1. Showing bunt is Bonzen, and that will kick foul up the third baseline. So now he finds himself down the count 0-2. So 0-2 with nobody out. Jack Walker out on the mound, doing everything he can. Comes set, checking Collis at second. The 0-2 offering is a curveball, and that one just missing the plate. Speaker able to make a nice grab back there, keeping it in front of him. 1-2. Still nobody out in this half inning. Collis reaching on the hit by pitch. Yingling reaching on the sack bunt error from Michelle.
I think it was actually ruled a single.
Ruled a single. First and second. 2-2 now as Walker misses. Nobody out. Walker checking Callis. Codier holding him at short and bouncing off the bag. Curveball, that one missing again, just outside to the right-handed hitting Bonzen. So the count now full 3-2. Still nobody out in this half of the inning.
And that Stallion bullpen remaining quiet, so this looks like it will be Jack's inning, but struggling so far.
The 3-2 is a fastball that's ripped over to second baseman. 4-6-3 double play. Nicely done. Go forth, Codier and Michelle on the ground ball. Big 2 outs right there. That brings up the bottom of the order in the shortstop, Brady Karp.
That's a huge play from the Stallion defense, and great turn by Goforth, as that ball was hard hit right at him, and was able to flip it on over to Codier very quick, and with his arm at shortstop, there was no question.
Absolutely nicely done by the middle infield. The first offering to Karp, the right-handed hitter, bounces in the dirt, is the fastball, 1-0. Karp, a 171 hitter entering this one. Reached on his first at-bat back in the second inning on the sac bunt. Later came around to score via the 2 RBI single from Talkin. And that second pitch of the at-bat misses upstairs, 2-0 now to the 10-hitting shortstop.
Yeah, and Karp had that bunt back in the second over to Brandon Fish's side. Fish was unable to convert on it.
The 2-0, And that one misses downstairs, so 3-0 as Walker is going to have to work himself back into this count. Callis over there at third base, the leadoff man in the inning, reaching on the hit by pitch. 2 away, the 3-0. Another fastball missing downstairs, so that'll give Boonville another runner on with 2 away. And they're at the corners here with Giovanni Calamia stepping up. Calamia 0 for 0 with 2 runs scored already in this one. Remember that last at-bat, the hit by pitch square on the elbow, a little bit of a scare. He remained in this game. 6-5 is your score here. Stallions lead. 2 outs. First pitch breaking ball to Calamia. Misses downstairs, 1-0.
And Calamia now batting in each of these first 3 innings. So far, the only player on either side to do just that. Although that'll probably be broken once Codier leads things off for the Stallions.
That one is popped up and out of play. Nice pitch there from Walker. Get himself back into the count, even at 1-1.
My bad. Heckert's going to lead things off for the Stallions.
The 1-1 to Calamia is a fastball belt high, called strike 2. So Walker in control here with 2 away. First and third, Walker out of the stretch. There goes the runner and Carp. And the 1-2 is a called strike 3. Looking down goes Calamia. And that'll retire the side. No runs across this half. Your score 6-5. 8, 9, 10 due up for the Stallions. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball, brought to you by Mike Yonta, Custom Masonry and Excavation, and by Mirabella's Restaurant. Perfect for friends and family, not just tonight, but every night. Brett Hecker, the 8-hitter and extra hitter tonight, will step into the box for your Stallions, who lead Booneville 6-5.
And there was a stat correction midway through the top half and bottom half of the inning. We'll get to it very soon.
First pitch missing low, 1-0. And why don't you tell the folks at home what the stat correction was?
So on that bunt from Youngling, it was initially ruled a single, now ruled an E3 for Garrett Michelle.
And that pitch is ripped on a line, one hopper to the third baseman, Crampton, and he will make the play across the diamond, putting Heckert down on the 5-3 putout. And that'll bring up TJ Adams, the right fielder for your Stallions.
And every Stallion got to hit in the second. Heckert led things off in that second inning, and now it's on a 2-pitch out. It'll go back to TJ Adams.
First pitch almost clipping Adams is the fastball from Giacomellos. 1-0. We do apologize if we were messing that name up. We didn't get any assistance on that one. We're trying our best here in the Ulster Savings press box. So 1-1 now, as that one's a called strike. That one misses for a ball, 2-1.
That was a very close call, but good eye from TJ Adams, and now he goes up ahead in the count 2-1. We've seen a couple of those close calls, a lot of them on the Stallions pitching side of things. Now this is the first one they've really gotten on the hitting side.
And that one plunks him square in the shoulders. Adams able to reach on the hit by pitch with one out, and that'll bring up the catcher, Mason Speaker.
Obviously, it's a bit concerning when a guy who's been out for 10 days with a hip issue kind of gets hit along that side, but Adams does appear to be okay, and he's someone that the Stallions kind of been a little cautious with ever since coming back. He's had a lot more days off, has kind of been scattered around in the lineup since his return.
Giacomello's comes set out of the stretch. 0-1 is the first pitch to Speaker. Catches the outside corner for a called strike. Luckily for Adams, his hip isn't located in the square of his back, so that one missing the danger zone. The 0-1. And Speaker pops that one straight up into the infield. First baseman talking, calling it, and making the catch right behind the first base bag for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the top of the order, Max Codier.
There have been 3 outs gotten so far from Giacomello's. 2 of them have already been pop-ups towards that first base side, so Giacomello's really forcing these balls in the air early on for the baseball club.
Left-handed hitting Codier making his 3rd plate appearance of the night, following suit with Calamia, a plate appearance in the first 3 innings of this one. There goes Adams, and the pitch is bouncing the dirt, and it will have caught Codier in the foot. And he will take first base. Adams would have easily had the stolen base, but Giacomello foils that as he will just plunk Codier. Either way, Stallions first and second, 2 outs. Stepping in now is the second baseman, Evan Goforth.
Yeah, and had that not hit Codier, it would have been a stolen base. Adams picked the right pitch to run on, got in no problem, but nonetheless, the Stallions going to get another base runner on for Evan Goforth, who's also reached base twice today.
First pitch almost catching him in the helmet. Upstairs, 1-0. 2 outs already in this half of the inning. TJ Adams on second on the hit by pitch. Codier followed suit with his own. First and second, called strike. Tough break there. 1-1 to Goforth. Double steal is on. Swing and a miss. Goforth. And both runners are in there safely. Nicely done on the double steal hit and run from the Stallions. Goforth down now 1-2.
Yeah, and that's the right pair to pick to run that hit and run for the Saugerties Stallions, as Adams has great speed, as does Codier, and it's a perfectly executed hit and run.
Second, third, 2 outs. And Goforth pops that one straight into right field. Under it is Bonzen crashing hard, and he will make the grab. So nothing doing there following the hit by pitches and the double steal for your Stallions. We move now to the top of the 4th. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth. The reigning champion, defending champion Saugerties Stallions are up on Boonville 6-5. We head into the top of the fourth frame in the 7-inning doubleheader contest. Jack Walker out on the mound again. He's already thrown 2 1/3 of relief work, and he'll continue here tonight. And this half of the inning brought to you by Peak Trading. Need it lifted up or tied down? Peak Trading has the supplies. And by Praetorius and Conrad, civil and environmental engineering and land surveying. Leading off is the first baseman, Dan Talkin. And first offering to the left-handed hitting first baseman is a called strike just below the letters. The fastball finding the zone, 0-1.
And last inning we saw each side get a few base runners on, but great pitching late held each and every one of those runners on for the first scoreless inning.
0-1 pitch finds the strike zone. 0-2 at the knees, so Walker way ahead in the count. Out of the windup, the 0-2 breaking ball swung on and missed. Down goes Talkin for the first out of the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jack Walker. 1 away now, and that brings up the catcher, Efrain Correa Jr.
It's back-to-back strikeouts for Walker and 4 overall so far on the day. And Jack now seemingly finding his groove after a rough second inning.
Correa doing a lot of work back there tonight as the starting pitcher McWilliams struggled to find the strike zone early on. First pitch to him is spiked in front of home plate. Find himself up in the count, 1-0. Walker out of the windup. That pitch is ripped straight up the middle for a line drive base hit. So the Booneville Baseball Club able to get themselves a runner on with 1 out. Enter the left fielder, Ryan Reifenberg.
You know, that's probably the hardest hit ball we've seen for either side today so far. And Correa, that's going to be his first hit on the day and the first hit for the baseball club since back in the second.
Reifenberg making his third plate appearance of the night. So far, 0 for 1, fielder's choice, and a walk. And that pitch, first pitch, ripped into left field for a base hit. Shackelford will field that one and throw it back into the infield. Booneville back-to-back singles. That'll bring up the third baseman, Zach Crampton, with 1 away and 2 runners on.
Yeah, Walker now starting to find himself in a little bit of a jam to open up the fourth. 2 very hard hit balls by the baseball club. And now Crampton coming up. He's reached base twice, both coming on the walk.
Walker will check the runner at second. The 0-0 swung and fouled straight back. 0-1, and it appears that Booneville has had a conversation over in that dugout about what they've been seeing out of Walker, jumping on a few early in the count fastballs. Crampton barely missing that one. The 0-1. Curveball, beautiful pitch, beautiful spot. Down 0-2 in the count now is the third baseman, Crampton.
Yeah, and you can argue that Walker probably is the best breaking stuff out of anyone on this pitching staff. It's definitely close.
Absolute hammer is that curveball. 12-6 action. The 0-2 right back to it. And called strike 3 as Crampton will have to make the slow walk back into that Booneville dugout. And that brings up with 2 away the designated hitter, Lane Gay. Two strikeouts in the inning so far for Walker, as well as 2 singles. First pitch to Gay is bounced in the dirt. Nice stop on a knee from Mason Speaker to keep the runners where they're at. Correa leads off second. Reifenberg on first. Walker out of the stretch. The 1-0. And that is swung straight through. Off balance swing from Gay, bringing the count even here, 1-1.
And it's been a rough day at the plate for Gay so far. 2 strikeouts in those first 2 innings. Both of them he went down looking.
Walker will come set, checks the runner in Correa. 1-1. Way upstairs, bringing the count now 2-1 to the DH.
And Gay was the only strikeout victim for the starter for the Stallions and Tyler Kennedy.
We'll try it again here with 2 away. Lefty-lefty matchup. The fourth pitch to Gay is swung straight through. So the count even here, 2-2 with 2 away. Gay already down twice, 2 strikeouts looking, trying to avoid the hat trick here. Walker gets a sign from Speaker, and he will spin over and check on the runner in Correa. No throw. He'll reset and try it again. Two-two. I'm guessing breaking ball here. 2-2 is a fastball. That one's fouled straight back into the grandstands and stuck in the netting here at Cantine. And we'll try it again, 2-2.
So he had a pretty good chance of getting that pitch right, and you still guessed wrong.
Feels like it's about 50-50 right now, doesn't it?
It does.
He has mixed in a couple of those sliders that you see every once in a while from Walker, but definitely loving that curveball. The 2-2. It's a fastball again, and that one goes all the way to the backstop, so the runners will be able to advance into scoring position, and the count is full now to Gay. Wild pitch there, moves the runners up 90 feet.
And that could take less pressure off Jack Walker. Now first base going to be open, and if the at-bat does end in a walk, those 2 runners don't move anywhere.
The extra hitter, Bryce Collis, waits on deck. The 3-2, that one just missing Gay. Looked like it might have actually hit him. Yeah, I think it definitely hit Gay. Home plate umpire didn't even see it. It was ball 4 anyway. So it'll go down as a walk, and that'll load the bases for Bryce Collis, the extra hitter.
Yeah, it was definitely tough to see if that pitch hit Gay or not, but the way he was walking up to first, it looked like he may have gotten clipped, but either way, it doesn't matter. There is the same result as Gay able to advance to first to load the bases.
The 0-0 is grounded to the third baseman Fish, and he will step on the bag himself to end the inning. Nicely done from Jack Walker, able to work out of some crucial moments right there. No runs, no hits, no errors, 3 left on. Move now to the home half of the 4th inning from Cantine. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball, brought to you in part by Montano's Shoe Store. The best athletes wear the best from Montano's. We are now in the bottom of the fourth inning of a 7-inning game one of the doubleheader. Stand in now Brandon Fish for his third plate appearance of the night. First pitch to Fish is upstairs for a ball, 1-0.
And Fish, after his 10-game hitting streak came to an end a couple days ago, he's on a 3-game hitless streak.
1-0 upstairs for a ball, 2-0. But as you mentioned, his on-base streak continues to rise.
Yeah.
Continuing to climb. He's at 441 on-base percentage on the year, and the slugging percentage still 494. The 2-0 is swung on and missed, 2-1 as he chased out of the zone on the fastball.
And it's now a 13-game on-base streak, as he did get on via fielder's choice his last go-around.
2-1. That one is popped up and out of play over the press box. So Fish now even in the count, 2-2, as Philip Giacomellos steps on the mound for another inning of work for Boonville. 2-2. That one missing inside for a ball. Bring the count full, 3-2.
Actually, correction, his on-base streak came to an end against Amsterdam his last go-around, so starting a new on-base streak.
Starting a brand new on-base streak indeed. Fish, one of the most consistent, if not the most consistent hitter for the Stallions this year. 3-2 is at the letters. Called strike 3. Can't believe that one. Correa, the catcher, couldn't believe it so much that he overthrew his third baseman, Crampton, on the throw-around, going all the way to left field for Reifenberg. One away, Garrison Berkeley, the cleanup hitter, will step in now.
And Berkeley's having a day so far for the Stallions. Walked and came around to score back in the first and had an RBI double his last go-around.
First pitch just missing inside. Berkeley able to get out of the way of that one, 1-0.
And that double, the only extra base hit for either side so far. It's really been a lot of walks and singles.
Perfectly placed double as well, as the 1-0 is a breaking ball off speed, actually, in there for a called strike, 1-1. Giacomellos out of the stretch with nobody on. The 1-1 is popped straight up into the infield. Calling off his second baseman is Talkin, and he will make the play for the second out of the inning. And that brings up Garrett Michelle for his third plate appearance. Hasn't registered an official at-bat in this one, going 0 for 0 with 2 walks, getting all the way to second base twice.
And Giacomellos has really dialed in ever since stranding the bases loaded back in the third. He's gotten 3 consecutive outs.
2 away as the left-hander looks at a pitch up and outside for a ball, 1-0. Correa having to jump out of his catcher's squat to corral that one. Michelle, 20 for 74 on the year, 270 hitter with a home run and 12 RBIs to his ledger. The 1-0 missing in a similar spot as the first one, so 2-0 now. Michelle way ahead in the count. 6-5 is your score here in Saugerties. And the 2-0 is ripped down in the right field. Back goes the right fielder, and that one is long gone. A home run for Garrett Michelle, straight off the Ulster Savings sign out in right field. Wow.
You knew that was going out the second it went off the bat of Garrett Michelle. His second home run on the year so far, and that was a rocket off the bat of Garrett.
Just moments after I finish talking about his 1 home run on the year, he gives the Stallions another insurance run. Just an absolute blast right there. Wow.
And that home run from Garrett, his first one since a week ago, literally a week ago, 7 days against Oneonta in what was also a doubleheader. Game 1 of a doubleheader, too.
Kid loves doubleheader baseball. Standing in now, Jake Scrine. First pitch from Giacomellos is off speed, called strike, 0-1.
And now Garrett's created, I believe, a 3-way tie for the home run lead for the Stallions because Brandon Fish, I think, has 2, and David Shackelford, I think, has 2 as well.
Called strike 2. Scrine and myself all disagreeing with that one. And by the way, I should have said any other sign but Benson Steele, as that one barely misses and hits the Ulster saving sign out there in right field next to the scoreboard. The 0-2 is ripped into left field for a base hit. Scrine rounding first, and he'll hold up on the 2-out single, and that'll bring up David Shackelford.
0-2 count. Don't worry. Jake Scrine able to convert on that one. His second hit on the day. He's reached base in all 3 of his at-bats.
Continuing to rake and doing a great job. Lower in the lineup than we usually see him is Scrine. Left fielder bounces that one straight up the middle. Nice diving stop from Karp, the shortstop, and he'll flip it over to the bag. Covering is the second baseman, Yingling, and that'll retire the side. But not before your Stallions get another insurance run, courtesy of the big fly from Garrett Michelle. 7-5 is your score. We move now to the top of the 5th inning. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball, where your reigning champion Saugerties Stallions host the Booneville Baseball Club. That last half inning, some insurance runs brought to you by Hell's Mortal Realty and Insurance, the insurance run sponsor for your reigning champion Stallions. Jack Walker heads back out to the mound for another inning of relief work. Already 3 1/3 so far, 3 runs, all 3 earned, including 5 strikeouts as a right-hander gets loose out in that Stallion bullpen.
Yeah, and I think that's Praxi Vigil warming up for the Stallions. Number 19 in white. There's action in the Booneville side as well, so we'll see just how long Walker goes, and maybe Praxi can try and go for the save.
Standing in now is the second baseman and hitting 8th in the lineup, Derek Yingling, as the first pitch of the at-bat is popped up and out of play, 0-1.
Yeah, and Yingling so far 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out. Or excuse me, he reached on an error to Garrett Michelle on that bunt.
And the 0-1 is bounced in the dirt, even the count here at 1-1 with nobody out. Yeah, very interesting play with Yingling trying to sack bunt, able to get on via that error from Michelle. Unfortunate, but no runs came to pass after that double play ball right afterward as well. So 2-1 now as Yingling looks at a fastball downstairs.
Yeah, it was a tough play for Michelle to turn. Just didn't have anyone to throw it to. Walker was on his way over, as was Goforth, but none were able to get there in time.
2-1, that misses at the eyes, 3-1. And you said it, you could tell in the middle of him feeling the ground ball, he looked up, tried to maybe pick up where his pitcher was if he was going to cover, was thinking about too many things before feeling the ground ball. And that one is swung on and missed. Count even here at 2-2.
You know, the baseball club looking for their first run since back in the second inning when they put up 3 on Jack Walker. Ever since then, he's been lights out.
That one looked like the slider that we've been missing. The 2-2 is bounced up the third baseline. That'll kick foul. So we'll try it again, 2-2. Walker doing a little bit better job of mixing up his pitches consistently. As we remember, his most recent outing was at Oneonta. Threw a lot of fastballs early on, and then his last couple innings of pitch, he never went back to it. And strike 3 call, as Yingling will go down looking, courtesy of a Jack Walker curveball.
And that curveball continues to be Jack Walker's specialty in this game, and really so far all season long. Another strikeout of a baseball club hitter looking, his 4th strikeout looking today, I think 6th overall.
Stepping in now is Jacob Bonzen, the right fielder. As a check swing will bounce that one straight back. So quickly down in the count, 0-1. Bonzen currently 1 for 2 with a single. He later came around to score in that 3-run second inning for Boonville, and then grounded into a double play his last at bat. And a loud foul ball as he's way late on the Walker fastball. So down the count, 0-2.
And that one hit the Your Solar home run awaits sign. It's a pretty hard hit ball, just not in fair territory.
Gotta assume they'll go right back to the fastball, maybe elevate here. The 0-2. Elevated fastball, and Bonzen takes it for a ball, 1-2. One out. The pitch from Walker is a breaking ball, and that misses upstairs, even the count here, 2-2.
And Walker's pitch count in the high 70s, almost at the 80 mark right now for the Stallions. He's been doing a lot of work in game 1 of this doubleheader.
The 2-2 to Bonzen, and that one is fouled off the bat, and that will roll around the infield foul territory area. We'll try it again, 2-2.
And I guess that just got a piece of the bat. It's kind of hard to tell if it got the bat or not, as Bonzo is trying to pull his swing back.
The 2-2. And check swing. Yes, he did, bouncing in the dirt. Speaker corralling that one, throwing on to first for the second out of the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jack Walker as Brady Karp will step in. Great two-strike pitch right there from Walker. Absolutely burying the curveball in the dirt. Getting Bonzen chasing and very unsure of himself on that swing. Walker out of the windup. First offering to Karp. Fastball misses downstairs for a ball, 1-0. 6-5 is your score here in Saugerties. 5 hits for Booneville compared to the 6 hits for your Stallions. The 1-0 to Karp is fouled straight into the netting, 1-1. Decent amount of hitting, just as many, if not more, walks and hit by pitches combined. So very interesting day at the ballpark. Game 1 of a 2-game doubleheader, 7 innings in both of them. Walker out of the windup. He comes set. The 1-1 is fouled straight back. And Karp down the count now, 1-2.
You say 7 innings in both of them. The last time there was a doubleheader for the Stallions, one game went 8 innings. The next game went 6 innings against Utica.
So you're saying, I should hold my tongue. The 1-2 misses outside for a ball, 2-2 breaking pitch.
So you should never assume.
So we're slated for 7 innings of baseball
Yes.
in both of these games. There are some circumstances that are out of our control that could move the game further along. Is the 2-2 is another curveball downstairs. Jumping out of the way of that one is Karp. So the count full now, 3-2. Stallions clad in their home whites. Boonville Baseball Club in their away grays. 3-2 to Karp. Jumps out of the way of that one. Speaker framing it for all to see. That was a beautiful spot there. Just missing with the fastball is Walker to put a runner on. Time is called. Colin Martin, the head coach, will head out to the mound, and we'll make a Dallas Hot Wieners call to the bullpen. Who's taking over for Walker? You'll find out right after this. Don't go anywhere. 7-5 is your score from Cantine. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball as a Dallas Hot Wiener call to the bullpen ends Jack Walker's day. Walker, the reliever for Tyler Kennedy, throwing 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Enter the right-handed pitcher out of Weber International, number 19, Praxi Vigil.
Yeah, and for Vigil, it's going to be his first appearance in 5 days. Made his last appearance against the Amsterdam Mohawks here at Cantine Field. Went 3 innings, only allowed 1 earned run, struck out 3, and got 2 hits in a no decision in that 5-1 loss against Amsterdam. Vigil so far 2-1 on the year so far. Also does have a save to his credit.
Vigil will inherit the 2-out runner on first base in Brady Karp. Bring up now the top of the order, the center fielder for Booneville, Giovanni Calamia, the left-handed hitter.
And for Walker, those 4 innings pitched, the most he's gone in a game so far this season, and it comes in a 7-inning game, in a game where he didn't start.
Not to mention Walker missing by not very much to Karp. Very unfortunate ending for him as he reached his pitch count limit. The left-handed hitter, Calamia, steps into the box for his 4th at-bat of the evening. First pitch swinging here as that one is ripped up the first baseline. That'll kick well foul.
Calamia almost gave Vigil a very rude welcome to this game. A hard hit ball to the right side of the infield that just hooked foul.
Top of the 5th, 7-5 Stallion lead. The 0-1 is popped up into shallow right field. Crashing on it is TJ Adams. He will not be able to make the play. Rounding second, hanging for third is Karp. The throw in is in time, says the home plate umpire. And he is tagged out to retire the side. Great throw, TJ Adams. Wow.
Unbelievable throw from TJ Adams. That was a rocket from right field out to third, and the umpire still talking it over with the Booneville coach right there. And just unbelievable play from TJ. Great tag from Brandon Fish on the hop. And it looks like that will end the inning as the Stallions already off the field. And the Booneville coach going to wave Karp off that third base bag as well.
Yeah, the umpire in the infield calling the runner safe, but the home plate umpire being very, very astute, sprinting up the third baseline, having a great angle on the tag, and that throw definitely got Karp. Fish with a great tag as well. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth, bringing you Saugerties Stallion baseball all season long. Due up for your Stallions is the extra hitter, Brett Heckert, 8, 9, 10. And that last half inning, some fireworks on display. TJ Adams coming up firing on the bloop single right at his feet, able to gun out the speedy Brady Karp, sliding into third base. Just an incredible amount of awareness from TJ, the young right fielder.
Yeah, and had Adams not made that play, it would have put runners to the corners for the baseball club with their two-hitter coming up with a good chance to get themselves back in this game. Instead, the Stallion bottom of the lineup now up with a chance to further this lead and get some insurance runs.
1-0 is the first pitch, is an off-speed from Giacomellos for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch to Heckert is ruled a ball and holding up the check swing, 2-0 now.
And Heckert already with one walk on the day so far. He's 0 for 1, grounded out his last go-around in the third.
2-0 to Heckert. Downstairs for a ball, 3-0 now to the Stallion extra hitter.
Now 2 Booneville arms warming up in their bullpen. The same guy that was warming up back in the first, continuing to throw, along with another righty.
The 3-0. Taking a little bit off is Giacomellos, finding the strike zone, 3-1. And to sort of piggyback on what you were saying about that last half inning, if TJ's unable to make that throw, it's a 3-1 misses to Heckert for ball 4. He'll trot up the first baseline. That would have brought up Talkin, their 2-hole hitter, who hits .341 on the year, and he's definitely the most lethal bat in that lineup. So very nicely done from TJ in preserving the inning. Stepping in now is TJ Adam, the savior of that last half inning. First pitch swinging and popping it way up down that right field line. On it is Bonson, and he'll make the play in foul territory as that ball just kept tailing away and down that right field line. So 1 away now. Standing in is Mason Speaker for his third plate appearance of the evening.
Yeah, that was a much closer play than it should have been, Kyle. That infield was shaded kind of towards that. I mean, the outfield was kind of shaded towards that left side. So as that ball kept going further right and right, it made it a harder play for Bunsen to make.
First pitch is a ball upstairs. Throwing down to first is Correa to check on Heckert. He'd get back in there easily, not even getting the jersey dirty. Heckert does get a couple of aggressive steps off that bag. Secondary lead is huge over there as Giacomellos will just throw over to check on him. I'll get back in there easily. Still a very clean jersey. Giacomellos gets a sign from Correa, the catcher. The 1-0 misses outside for a ball. 2-0 now.
And Speaker also with a walk earlier in this game that came back in the second. He popped out his last go around to the first baseman.
Part of that 4-run Stallions second inning. There goes Heckert. Pitches called, ball, the throw to second. In time, says the infield umpire. Tough break there as the Stallions now have 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, I think they got that one right, Kyle. It was a close play for Heckert, who does have some speed on him, but it was a good throw from Correa, a dot to that second baseman, Youngling.
So 2-1 now with 2 away in the inning. Pitch from Giacomellos. Off speed in there for a called strike, 2-2. Giacomellos out of the stretch with nobody on. The 2-2 to Speaker. Excuse me, the 3-2 to Speaker, and that will walk the Stallion catcher, bringing up the top of the order in Max Codier.
Yeah, that one kind of caught us both by surprise until we kind of saw Mason Speaker taking off his equipment. So Speaker going to give the Stallions a 2-out base runner with Max Codier coming around for his 4th at-bat.
That's right, Max Codier is seeing his 4th appearance at the dish. Currently 1 for 1 on the day with a sac fly, hit by pitch, and a single where he would later come around to score. 1-0 as the first pitch to the shortstop misses outside.
Had a stolen base as well, so it's been a very just wild day for Max Codier so far.
Very fun to watch is Codier. 1-0 inside, called strike, 1-1.
A stolen base, if you remember, came in that double steal. TJ Adams also getting a stolen base on that. It's already Codier's 2nd stolen base on the year.
Popping that one up and out of play. So Codier finding himself down 1-2 in the count. Speaker on first base via the walk. Philip Giacomellos out there. Already 3 innings of pitched baseball from the right-handed reliever. The 1-2 to Codier is ripped into right field. Bonzen waits on it, and he will make the grab to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, a runner left on. We move now to the top of the 6th inning. 7-5 is your score. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball from the Ulster Savings broadcast booth here at Cantine right after this. Welcome back to Cantine Field. Your reigning champion Saugerties Stallions lead the Booneville Baseball Club 7-5. We're in the top of the 6th inning in what is slated for 7 innings of baseball. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Praxi V. Hill out on the mound. First pitch to Danny Talkin, the first baseman for Booneville. It's taken for a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1 outside corner fastball, absolute paint right there from V-Hill, 0-2.
And it's only the 2nd batter V-Hill's faced so far, allowed a hit. It's the leadoff hitter Calamia, but the inning came to an end on a defensive play by Adams.
The 0-2. Now it is popped way up into the Saugerties sky. On it is TJ Adams down that right field line, and he'll make the grab. Standing right under it, turning into a little bit of a can of corn for the first out.
So now we know what would have happened if the runner at third base was safe the last inning. It really wouldn't have meant too much.
Absolutely, and that'll bring up now the catcher, Efrain Correa Jr. Left-handed hitter, Correa standing in for his 4th plate appearance of the evening. 1 for 2 on the night with a hit by pitch, a run. His first pitch of the at-bat is ripped into that 4-hole for a bouncing ball base hit. So Booneville able to get themselves a runner on with 1 away. That brings up the left fielder, Ryan Reifenberg.
And it's the 2nd hit so far today for Correa, coming up on back-to-back at-bats. And the baseball club now with a runner on, and the tying run coming up with Reifenberg.
Reifenberg 1 for 2 on the night. Reifenberg reached base his first appearance on a walk, got all the way to third base. Second appearance, a fielder's choice, 4-6 for the second out of that inning. And then his last at-bat reaching on a single. First pitch to Reifenberg of this 4th at-bat is a called strike, downstairs 0-1. Correa gets his lead off first, not much over there either. The 0-1 is ripped into center field. Berkeley back on it, and he will make the grab short of the warning track out there. Nice grab, Berkeley. So he'll throw that one into the infield, 2 away.
Off first contact, that looked like it could have gone a lot further than what Berkeley gave him credit for. And it's now the 2nd out in this top of the 6th.
That brings in the 3rd baseman for Booneville, Zach Crampton. Crampton went down looking his last plate appearance, looking to do something different in his 4th one of the evening. First pitch from V-Hill is a called strike, 0-1.
Crampton just 0 for 1 so far today with a strikeout and 2 walks. Hasn't put a ball in play yet today.
The 0-1. Bounce over to the first baseman, Michelle, and that one barely kicked foul in the last hop. Michelle can't believe it, but from here you could see a little bit of daylight between the ball and the foul line up that first baseline.
Yeah,
So 0-2.
I'm in agreement with you there, Kyle. And Michelle, if he just grabbed that one maybe a second earlier, the inning would have been over. Garrett couldn't believe it, but still an 0-2 count upcoming.
Praxi looking for his first strikeout of the night, the 0-2. And there it is. Sit down. Crampton going down looking is the 3rd baseman as we now move into the bottom of the 6th. 2-3-4 due up for your Stallions. Don't go anywhere. More baseball right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball, brought to you by the Rip Van Winkle Country Club. Bring your swing to the rip, and by the Saugerties Athletic Association. We're having fun is what matters. We're now in the bottom 6 here at Cantine. Your Stallions lead 7-5. Evan Goforth due up first to add some Hell's Mortal insurance runs in this 7-inning game 1 of the doubleheader ballgame. First pitch to Goforth is just below the hands for a called strike 0-1. The 0-1 to Goforth. Off speed, missing low for a ball, evening the count here, 1-1. Experiencing some technical difficulties on the video, should be working now. The 1-1 is flown into right field, tailing away from Bonzen, but he will make the grab out there for the first out of the inning. And that brings up Brandon Fish, the third baseman for your Stallions.
And Goforth tried to attack early on in that at-bat. Didn't work out for him there. And there's one quick out for Giacomellos, who continues to work here for the baseball club.
First pitch is a belt-high fastball that misses outside, 1-0 to the left-handed hitting third baseman Fish. And that one missing inside, getting all the way to the backstop. Correa unable to put a glove on that one. So 2-0 now to the Stallion third baseman, who is currently sitting .341 on the year. And we've seen that average go well north of 400 several different times. The 2-0. And that one misses outside for a ball, 3-0. So Giacomello struggling to find the strike zone.
And Fish hitting .340 like you said. Still looking for his first hit today. Did reach base once in the fielder's choice. Only one Stallion has not reached base so far in this one.
Fish will take a 4-pitch walk here, and he will bring up Garrison Berkeley, the center fielder and cleanup hitter tonight.
And that one hitter to not reach base yet for the Stallions, David Shackelford, who almost reached base on a ground ball it took a diving stop from the shortstop and Carp to keep from going to the outfield.
The throw over to first base won't be in time as Fish is able to dive back in there easily. Giacomello's not much of a move over there to first base, but does just enough to keep the runners in check. Coming set, and the pitch is up at the eye, so 5 straight balls from Giacomellos. Infield playing double play depth here for Boonville. Outfield playing relatively deep here. And Giacomellos will throw over, more of a toss than a throw, if you will.
Giacomellos has thrown just as many balls as he has strikes. That walk to Fish was his third on the day so far.
And upstairs, 6 in a row now from the Booneville reliever. Time is called as Correa, the catcher, will come out and have a visit to the mound.
And there's been one righty that has been warming up in the bullpen for Booneville ever since that first inning. Has come and gone a few times, now warming up yet again.
It's the same guy this whole time as well, so
maybe he's warming up for game 2.
It takes him a while then. The 2-0 to Berkeley. Now is ripped into left field. Back goes Reifenberg, calling off his center fielder Calamia. He'll make the play out in that left center field alley for the second out of the inning. So 6 straight balls. Berkeley waiting on a fat pitch right there, almost putting it deep into the parking lot in left field. But 2 away now, standing in, the man who gave us some fireworks back in that 4th inning, Garrett Michelle. First pitch to Michelle is a fastball at the knees for a called strike one.
Yeah, and Michelle's home run back in the fourth, an absolute rocket out to right field. It hit that Ulster savings sign. I think one of the few times we've seen a ball go out on that right field side.
0-1 is a check swing in the dirt. Ruled that he did go around. So Michelle finding himself in a hole 0-2 with 2 away. Brandon Fish over there at first base still reaching on the 1-out walk, 4-pitch walk. Giacomello's, there goes Fish off speed upstairs for a ball, and not in time is the throw. So Fish able to get himself in scoring position with a Benson steal.
Yeah, we don't see Fish typically get the green light to steal too many times. His last stolen base came all the way back on June 25th against Albany. He had back-to-back stolen bases with that game and the game prior as well.
And the 1-2 misses outside for a ball, evening the count now at 2-2.
I believe that's Fish's 6th stolen base on the year so far.
The 2-2. That one is popped up and over our heads here in the press box. Michelle spoiling that 2-strike pitch. We'll try it again.
And Garrett's reached base in all 3 of his at-bats so far. Had the 2 walks in the first 2 innings prior to that home run.
Giacomellos will check Fish at second. The 2-2. That one is ripped into right field for a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home is Fish. The throw will not be in time. The Stallions are able to get themselves another Hell's Mortal insurance run. 8-5 is your score, courtesy of another RBI from Garrett Michelle.
Michelle has been seeing the ball extremely well so far in this one. It destroyed that baseball on that line drive single, and there's the insurance run you need if you're Saugerties.
Michelle making a strong case for player of the game as he continues to swing a hot bat. Enter in Jake Skrine, the designated hitter.
And Skrine, another contender for that player of the game. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk. Also has an RBI mixed in.
First pitch from Giacomellos to Skrine is popped up and out of play. 0-1 to the designated hitter now. Giacomellos will come set, and he'll throw over to first base. Getting back in there with all the time in the world is Garrett Michelle. Giacomellos gets a sign from Correa, the 0-1. Whoo! Look out, almost catching Skrine in the back there. So he's just able to get out of the way of that one, evening the count here at 1.
And Shaq span around to get out of the way of that pitch, but he's able to stay in it. Count now even for him.
A little bit of Olay at the dish. Giacomellos will check Michelle over there at first. Comes set. The 1-1 is ripped into right center field, and that'll get down for a base hit past the diving center fielder in Calamia. Rounding third and heading for home is Michelle, and he will score standing. Another Hell's Mortal insurance run courtesy of a Jake Skrine. 2 out, RBI double.
What a rope from Jake Skrine out towards that center field line, and Skrine able to take an extra base on it due to Calamia trying to dive and get that out. Michelle able to score because of it, and now another big run for the Stallions, a 4-run lead, and a mound visit coming up for Boonville.
Indeed, the mound visit comes out now. They'll have a chat, and it looks like they will make the Dallas Hot Wiener call to the bullpen. David Shackelford will be the first man to face the new arm out of the pen. It will be a right-hander. Who is he? What's he all about? You'll find out right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball. That call to the bullpen brought to you by Dallas Hot Wieners. Philip Giacomellos' day is done after 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. He's going to hand it over to Timmy Flippin, who inherits Jake Skrine over at second base. Flippin 1-0 with a 5.25 ERA on the year. The first offering to David Shackelford is a called strike 0-1.
And Flippin was that pitcher that was warming up ever since the first inning, so taking a long time to warm up, now only being tasked to get 1 out.
And that pitch is downstairs for a ball. Checking the swing as the home plate umpire. No, he did not. Count even at 1. Shackelford, 5 multi-hit games on the year. Currently quiet out of that 7-hole as Flippin spikes the fastball in the dirt, 3-1.
Yeah, Shaq quickly getting ahead in this count on Flippin. As Flippin, kind of like the first pitcher today for Booneville and McWilliams, finding the dirt a lot early on.
And that one finds the outer half of the strike zone, evening the count here, 2-2 to the Stallion left fielder. Skrine on second. Brett Heckert awaiting on deck. Right-handed hitting Shackelford in a 2-2 count, 2 away. That one is ripped over to the shortstop. Brady Karp fielding it on a tough hop, able to gather himself and make a strong throw to first base to retire the side. But not before your Stallions are able to get 2 more Hell's Mortal insurance runs in the bottom of the 6th. We move now to the top of the 7th. Booneville down to their final AB in this Game 1 7-inning slate. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion Baseball right after this. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth. We are in the top of the 7th. 9-5 is your score as your reigning champions, Saugerties Stallions, lead the Booneville Baseball Club. Praxi Vigil out on the mound after 1 1/3 innings of relief work. And the first pitch to the designated hitter, Lane Gray, is popped down the third baseline. Foul ball, 0-1.
And Gay so far has not put the ball in play, has 2 strikeouts and a walk, 0 for 2.
Vigil towing the rubber from the stretch. The 0-1. Strong leg kick, and that one misses outside for a ball, 1-1.
And Vigil has gone 1 1/3 innings so far, but has allowed 2 hits. He was able to work around some early damage.
1-1 is a bouncing ball over to first base. Michelle is able to grab that one and flip it over to the pitcher. Vigil covering the bag. 1 away.
There's a nice grab by Michelle on the high bounce over at first and able to quickly throw that one onto V-Hill for the first out in the 7th.
Stepping in now is the extra hitter, Bryce Collis, looking to get Boonville a much-needed base runner as they're down to that final AB. First pitch to Collis is a called strike, 0-1. V-Hill continues to fill up the strike zone here at Cantine. The 0-1 is a off-speed pitch belted into left field. David Shackelford is able to make the grab on a hard-hit line drive into the outfield. 2 away now. Boonville down to their final out, and that'll bring up Derek Yingling.
It's been a quick start to the 7th inning for V-Hills, trying to send the Stallions back into the locker rooms pretty quickly to get ready for Game 2 of this doubleheader.
Another courtesy reminder, we are a Stella Artois baseball team as Derek Yingling stepping in for his, what looks like his final at-bat of the evening. The first pitch is a ball, 1-0. And you know me, if there's a pun that's that in my face, I can't help myself.
You're not afraid to execute on it.
I'm not afraid, and I just can't help myself. It's like an itch you got to scratch. The 1-0, that one missing outside for a ball, 2-0. The 2-0 from V-Hill is a pitch that's fouled straight into the chest protector of Mason Speaker, and he'll have to wear that one. Home plate umpire giving him a second to catch his breath. That one had to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, and Speaker able to stand up right after that and kind of walk that one off, but yeah, definitely a tough hit for him to take.
Just a reminder to you fans, Game 2 of the doubleheader will commence approximately 30 minutes after the end of this Game 1 here at Cantine. Everything will still be on our YouTube channel if you are at home. The 2-1 is an off-speed pitch that finds all the strike zone. 2-2 as Boonville is down to their final strike here. Speaker puts down the sign. V-Hill out of stretch. The 2-2 breaking pitch is flown out to left field. Chasing it down is David Shackelford, and he will make the grab to end this one. Your score, 9-5. What an incredible grab up that left field line from David Shackelford. Wow.
Yeah, it was a hustle play for David Shackelford to end this one. Definitely a tough play to kind of end things off on, but after a back-and-forth start to things, the Stallions able to come on top in Game 1.
That's absolutely right, and a 9-5 scoreline. 8 hits for your Stallions compared to a 6-8 game from Boonville. A very tough give-and-go game at the beginning with Boonville going up 2-0. Stallions tying it back up at 2 in the bottom of the first, and then Boonville going right back up on top 5-2. Stallions getting their first lead of the game with a 4-run inning immediately after. So a lot of back and forth. The Stallions able to come all the way back and get themselves a much-needed win against Boonville.
Yeah, this game had everything you would want. Some offense, some great pitching towards the end, and some Michelle Mania, Kyle, as he's going to be our Ulster Savings Player of the game.
Michelle Mania indeed, having that big fly way back in the 4th inning of this one, giving some much-needed insurance runs and providing another one in his last at-bat as well. And we are going to send it down to the field where John Drager awaits with our player of the game. John, what do you got for us? Thanks, John, and an incredible performance from Mr. Garrett Michelle. There are a few guys that we discussed who to give it to. There's a Jake Scrine in the mix. Of course, Garrison Berkeley, who finds himself in the mix of every single game as of late. And it's just what you want to see from the Stallion offense, getting very alive very early on in this one after coming up short against Amsterdam last night where the bats got pretty cold.
Yeah, and this is a big win for the Stallions. You mentioned coming off that Amsterdam loss yesterday, getting back in the win column, and Garrett Michelle, a big reason why. And we'll see if the Stallions can follow up that win in Game 2 right here in about 30 minutes.
For John Drager on social media and scoreboard, Alex over there on Point Streak, Cole helping out, Nick on camera, Rob Overbeck on the PA for Game 2, Logan Barandis, Kyle McMullen, your score, Game 1, 9-5. Stallions win it. Don't go anywhere. Game 2 just minutes away.